Mystikal faced an Ascension Parish judge today. He's been locked up since his arrest in 2022 on rape and domestic violence charges.
I don't know what's wrong with these, but we're going to talk about them.
Hey, good evening, Greg. His mom told me she's praying for her son, but family members and his longtime friend declined to comment further today. This is video of them exiting the Ascension Parish Courthouse just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. They were in court all day waiting to hear what a judge would do to update this case. He was wearing a bright orange jumpsuit as he sat there in court with the letters APSO on the back. Mystikal has been held without bond since his 2022 arrest on rape and domestic violence charges. He's entered not guilty pleas to those charges. Today, attorneys for all sides agreed they'll meet again next week to discuss future dates for the case. A gag order is in place in this case, which prohibits attorneys on both sides from speaking about it.
So let's talk about Mystikal. I mean, if we look at it, I mean, he was a pretty decent rapper in the late 90s, early 2000s. I wasn't really a fan of his early on. He was with No Limit. He had a couple songs. He was more like the second or third guy in the group, you know. Back then, it was Master P, Silk the Shocker. I think they had Mia X. No Limit had a bunch of people on a label, but, you know, Mystikal was one of the people on there. And, you know, I'm pretty sure people loved him from where he was from. But I mean, I'm from Philly, so like, you know, that down south stuff, Mystikal wasn't really my thing, wasn't really my type of rapper. But I'll say this, when he kind of broke off as a solo artist, and when he got with Pharrell, and you know, his biggest song is, you know, shake you fast, watch yourself. Shake you fast. Show me what you're working with. That song is a banger. To me, that was one of the best songs he ever came out with. That song was really good. I mean, and of course it was good, man. You know, that's back when Pharrell was producing like everybody in hip hop, you know. I remember I was riding around and I first heard it, you know, this is back in the day, probably like Power 99 radio, whatever. And I'm riding around in my car and I'm probably like 16 to 17. I'm in my Lincoln. I got my subwoofers in the back, and that song came on. I was like, yo, at first, I thought it was James Brown. I thought somebody literally just took James Brown and just said, look, man, we gonna make a new James Brown song. We gonna redo James Brown. And, you know, we gonna get James Brown, you know, just make some new music. That's what I really thought when I first heard that song. But come to find out it was Mystikal. And I was like, okay, cool, man. I said, man, if he do this all the time, I'll listen to anything he put out because that song was so good. It was so catchy. Like, yeah, I like this. So you know, that's when I kind of like, you know, start listening. That's when I kind of start listening to more of his stuff. But Mystikal has a problem. And Mystikal has a crazy problem I don't understand because he's famous. He has money, you know, very successful. And apparently he just likes to SA people. And I don't understand that, right? So, you know, back in the day, he had his first case. Let me look. Back in the day, it says in 2003, he was convicted of sexual battery and extortion in 2003, served 6 years in prison. So he did 6 years in prison for that in 2003, right? So you would think like, all right, you know, that's bad, but come back out. You know, people try to give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, even though that did happen, you know, you try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But then he goes and do it again, right? So you look at the next charge. 2017 arrest. Was arrested in 2017 on charges of first-degree rape and second-degree kidnapping, but those charges were later dropped and he spent 18 months in jail. So he doesn't stop. He doesn't learn, you know. So if you're not learning, you have no remorse for what you're doing because this is what you do and this is who you are, right? So now, fast forward again. We're going to fast forward to what year? Present. He got a case for, in 2022. In 2022, we got a case for first degree rape, and the charges carry a potential mandatory life sentence under the Louisiana state law if he's convicted, right? So this dude don't learn. This dude is. He's a graper, right? If he can take it from somebody, he's gonna take it from somebody. He's a terrible person, and we should be locking this dude up. And it's just like my other video, right? The video I just did, the one with Fleece Johnson. I feel the same way about him. Like, you can't let these dudes out. You can't let these dudes be running around. You can't be platforming these dudes, right? They all should get the same treatment, man. Because these dudes will be around your kids. These dudes will be around your women. These dudes will be around your wife, your sister, your aunts, your cousins. If they gay like Fleece Johnson, they'll be around your brothers and your cousins and your uncles. And if they can take it from them, they'll take it from them, right? Because that's what they are, they're takers. These are heinous crimes that I think are the worst of the worst. And these people should get thrown under the jail. I have no remorse. Let me tell you a story. So, in my own family, I had a family member that I grew up with, right? Real cool family member. I was maybe like 15 or 16, you know, he was really outgoing. I was really shy, right? So we would go out to clubs, and these were kiddie clubs back in the day. So if you're from Philly, you would know the skating ring Wild, right? Everybody used to go to Wild. That was the little kiddie club, and other little kiddie club was dances, right? So me and him used to go there, right? And you know, this is one of my family members, and he's a little bit older than me, and he used to get all the girls. Handsome guy, you know how to talk to women, you know, real smooth talker, everything, right? And then me, like I said, I was kind of shy. So I was trying to learn because, like, you know, me, I felt like my success rate was like really, really bad. And I was still kind of real wet behind the ears. So I didn't know nothing. So, like, you know, for me, it was just like, all I did was go to school, play video games and football. That was pretty much my whole life as a kid. Football, school, video games. That's it. So, you know, we go out, you know, I see things he say, you know, little pickup lines he would use and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of learned how to break the ice and have a nice conversation. Fast forward, you know, we get older, you know, we have a little fallout, we kind of fall apart, right? He goes his way, I go my way. Maybe when we turn like 30, 32, he has a case similar to this one, right? You know, and I'm just like shocked because it's like, yo, this dude used to get all the girls. This dude used to get all the women. They used to just, you know, they used to just love him, right? And you got this case, right? So at first I didn't believe it because, you know, I'm like, no, not my people, man. You know, he don't gotta do that because you know, he was just always that guy, right? You ain't gotta do that. But come to find out, they show a video in the elevator. He was doing some bad stuff, and yeah, they convicted him. And you know, he went to prison, and he's no longer with us. Just long story short, because he passed away in prison. So, you know, and for me, I mean, that's my family, but I don't have no mercy for him. Like, if you doing that to people, yo, you get whatever you deserve. You doing that to people, you know. You ain't getting nothing on your books. I ain't coming to see you. Don't ask me. Lose my phone number. No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Once you start doing that, because I cannot condone that. We got kids. We got young people. We got, you know, women. Like, no, we supposed to take care of all this stuff as men, right? So if you doing that, you deserve whatever you get. That's my family, but it ain't really my family because, like I said, I'm not associating myself with anybody who doing anything like that. So that's just my thoughts, man. That's just a little story I had to tell. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Mystikal should get life in prison for what he's doing? You know, if they convict him. Just let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comment. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting what I do. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.